Ultimate Revenge. Private investigator caught by cheating wife in AP. So I plan to surprise when she comes back. I am a female PI, actually residing in North America and born in a European country to a very small village, less than 20,000 people. My brother and I were born 9 years apart. My brother and his wife are married for over 8.5 years. They're both in their early 30s, no children. This happened about 4 years ago, before the pandemic. They are both working as professionals. He is a lawyer working in a well-known cabinet, and she is working as a practitioner, registered nurse. Both are highly successful. They have just bought their first house, and she was off birth control since 4+ months. Everything seems to be going well. They were expecting their first baby for the end of December 2016. Suddenly, my brother called me on a private phone, not listed, and outside his work in-house place. I was very shocked, knowing he would like my service to investigate his wife. I took some leave from work and flew back to my hometown, and upon arrival, I went to a nearby hotel from her workplace. She was approximately about 14 weeks long in her pregnancy. My brother explained to me her hospital and schooling and working schedule. She is teaching nursing a few hours a week. Normally, they would be home at 1900 hours and leaving 6:30 for work. 3 months back, 6 to 9, she started taking longer hours for her classes, even earlier, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. First red flags. Now, rare intimacy, and her first priorities are her friends. Second red flag. When she learned she was expecting, she cried the whole weekend. Also a red flag. Even if he was trying to discuss the crying situation, she was actually giving him the silent treatment. With his approval and permission, I started my investigation and reviewing their phone bill, bank transactions, BAR, GPS installed in their cars, phone, home camera, etc. I investigated her for 14 days without finding anything suspicious. My brother and I were discussing to stop everything. I had an additional 15 days off, and I visited my old school friends. During the dinner, a few girls were discussing a nurse, possibly cheating with a friend's husband, which was going on in a business trip, returning the following Sunday. I actually asked the name and what type of work he was involved in. He was representing a large medical supply business and obtained his full name. To avoid suspicion, I waited an hour and asked the girls that they knew the girl's name. They did not know, but they knew her nickname, identical to my sister-in-law. I had enough details to validate his return flight and travel arrangements. My brother called me, informing me SIL was happier. He was also inviting me for an at-home dinner after the next weekend. I told him I had a few points to validate in my investigation, and I would call him back and request her day-to-day schedule, including sudden changes. My brother informed me immediately that she was going on a medical conference, traveling Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and return on Sunday afternoon. When she was in hers, she had to replace someone sick and she had to attend the conference. Wednesday afternoon, she took the train to a larger city about 625 kilometers from home. Without my brother knowing, I was on the same train taking pictures, small video, etc. 15 minutes before our arrival, she went to the bathroom and changed clothes, makeup. She was all done up and prepared to meet her AP. I nearly did not recognize her. I was shocked. At the train station, the lovebirds were not hiding themselves, kissing, groping. They walked holding hands to a nearby expensive hotel. I modified a picture to send it to my friend to validate the cheating husband, and she validated the cheater immediately, telling her I would be back with more information later for the OW. I succeed to get a room at the same hotel. Their names and room number were listed as to not disturb for a few days for cleaning and room service. I managed to get a room at the same floor. With the angle of the building, I could see them when they were on the balcony in their bathrobe. Thursday night, I went for dinner at the hotel lobby and saw them all done up and lined to be seated. She had his hand on her little bump. She was smiling ear to ear and extremely beautiful and attractive. Everyone was looking at them. The restaurant was nearly full and seated a few tables beside them. We could see each other relatively easy. We were looking at each other. But she did not recognize me. But at times she was staring at me. We never saw each other in the past 3.5 years. My hair was done up with different color and length. My dress was something that I would never wear in normal circumstances. At the end of the meal, we all took the same elevator, and a few seconds before the 5th floor and the door opening, I started to sing a melody me and my brother used to sing together. She was looking at me and extremely confused, got out of the elevator first, and sped walk immediately into the room. I took a shower to cool down, and I had 3 missed calls from her. She always had my phone number. She left the message to call her back. I had enough evidence for my brother to prove her cheating business. I called my brother and I gave him a rundown of the situation, and I will be on the next train back to his place. He wanted immediately some pictures/evidence to start the divorce procedure. My brother sent her pictures of them on the balcony, kissing in bathrobe, and the lovebirds meeting at the train station and walking, holding hands to the hotel. No room for negotiation or interpretation with the pictures. A train was going back home in 90 minutes. I packed my bags and took the train. After the train took off, I felt uneasy, like someone was looking at you. Sure enough, they were both seated 7 to 10 seats over. At times they were still kissing. I took pictures, timestamps, and sent them to my brother and friend. My brother, OW, and my friend were waiting at the same train station for their arrival. It was a mess. OW was expecting in about the same time that my SIL. Both of them did not say a word at the train station. My brother and I took a cab back home. Her belongings were in the process to be packed. He sent her a text and informed her they were going to be stored. STI/STD test clean. He was not the father of the unborn child. AP was. The divorce proceedings took 4 months. He divorced her on adultery clause. 2 years later, he met a fantastic woman, still no child, still working at the same law firm. His ex did not receive alimony because in Europe, if you can prove infidelity, the cheater loses about everything and rights. He is not on the hook for child support. She is living in a small apartment with her daughter alone. Her AP reconciled with his wife. She contacted my brother multiple times for an open discussion to explain herself. He always declined because he believed she would never be truthful. She wanted to reconcile, but he always refused any discussion with her. His last words to her at the train station: the divorce petition will be served next week. In the AP, the affair, EA and BA, lasted for about 2 years. Ex-girlfriend finally tells me the truth. My 21-year-old ex-girlfriend of close to 2 years admitted to hooking up with someone else while we were broken up. We had tried fixing things, but she persistently kept stating it wouldn't work between us. We had this huge fight a few months ago when I caught her cheating. When she cheated, nothing physical happened, but she told me she couldn't trust herself to be with me. After he broke up, I had a hard time getting myself together, but I managed to pull through. Some people may say I'm dumb for this, but we kept in contact since we had a strong relationship. Yesterday, she admitted to hooking up with someone when we broke up and that she was too drunk to remember. Now, she's telling me how she misses our relationship and how I treated her. I really love her, but hearing that she hooked up with another guy just makes me uninterested in her. Hearing that we were broken up when she had to hook up, should I fix things? I mean, she's coming back to me, but I'm also afraid of the cheating too. Edit, I appreciate everyone's input on my situation. I decided to just cut her off considering all of what happened already. She asked me if I could ever see us together again, and I told her no. And I could feel she wasn't prepared for that answer. I've always been the one there for her in the relationship, so I know my answers threw her off guard. I'm just going to move on and work on myself. The gym is definitely going to be my second home for a while. Now, let's move on to my thoughts and advice for the person that is dealing with this problem. These two stories reveal the intricate and sometimes painful aspects of human relationships. Ultimate Revenge narrates a gripping tale of a private investigator's relentless pursuit of truth, driven by love for a family member. It underscores the lengths people can go to when faced with infidelity and the emotional turmoil that follows. The story is a statement to the importance of trust and transparency in a relationship and how deceit can shatter lives. Ex-Girlfriend Finally Tells Me the Truth explores the complexities of forgiveness and second chances in a relationship. The story grapples with the revelation of their ex-partner's infidelity during a breakup, shedding light on the challenges of rebuilding trust. Ultimately, the storyteller chooses to prioritize self-healing and personal growth, recognizing the importance of self-worth and respect. In both narratives, honesty and trust play pivotal roles. Ultimate Revenge highlights the consequences of infidelity in a marriage, while Ex-Girlfriend Finally Tells Me the Truth demonstrates the significance of open communication and accountability in relationships. These stories serve as poignant reminders of the fragility of trust and importance of self-respect. It's crucial to acknowledge that each person's journey in dealing with infidelity is unique. While some may choose to seek closure and rebuild, others may opt to move forward independently. Both decisions are valid, and what matters most is the pursuit of happiness and emotional well-being. In summary, these stories illuminate the multifaceted nature of human relationships, where trust, honesty, and self-respect are key pillars. They offer valuable insights into the intricacies of navigating infidelity and choosing paths that lead to personal growth and healing. Make sure you like and subscribe.